What's going on, folks? Welcome to the latest edition of Nintendo Enthusiast Week in Review. I'm Shawn Long, I'm your host. I'm an editor over at NintendoEnthusiast.com, and we got some cool stuff to talk about this week. NPD Sales, Dogs Wii U update, Smash Brothers news for the Wii U, so let's go ahead and jump into this past week's news. So we got some new Super Smash Bros. Wii U details this week from Amazon of all places, and not from Nintendo. Sorry, Sakurai, I guess no one's good at keeping your secrets. The two big things were it was talking about the online multiplayer modes, and it detailed a level creation mode that uses the Wii U gamepad, which would be freaking huge, especially if you're sharing the levels online. Nintendo really seems to understand online a little bit better this generation, so hopefully we'll be able to share levels online. Also is a board game mode that's detailed, which is also listed under the multiplayer features, which I guess will use various players online in the same mode in the board game. It's going to have levels created by Master Hand and Crazy Hand, so, it's really freaking cool to hear all this kind of stuff. Hopefully Nintendo does a Nintendo Direct on Smash Bros. Wii U soon so we can get all the concrete details, but if these two modes are legit and they're in the game, Smash is going to be awesome on the Wii U. Just awesome. NPD numbers came in, which is a way to get US sales figures from the companies themselves, and Nintendo did pretty damn good, to be honest with you. Hyrule Warriors sold about 190,000 units in a week, which really goes to show that this Koei Tecmo Nintendo relationship seems to be working. That game, Dynasty Warriors games usually don't sell very well in the US, it's more of a Japanese market, so, kudos to Koei Tecmo and kudos to Nintendo, the game kicks ass. Smash Brothers was for some reason included in the sales figures and sold 705,000 units in just 2 days. 2 days! That's freaking crazy. Ended up being number 4 on the charts. With system sales being up as well, Nintendo seems like they're in a good position right now to go towards the holiday season. Also worth noting is Disney Infinity 2.0 on the Wii U outsold the PS4 and Xbox One versions of the game. But, third-party games don't sell on the Wii U, so it is what it is.
This week's Retro Game of the Week is brought to you by NewWaveTraders.com. For all your retro gaming and toy needs, be sure to visit NewWaveTraders.com.
This week's Retro Game of the Week is actually going to be a twofold sort of thing. In my Hyperkin Superboy review, I stated that Doom did not run on the game, so FX2 chip games would not work. Well, I was wrong. They actually do work, as you can see. I'm playing Doom on this right now, so, I guess it was the first time for everything for me to be wrong, so I apologize for that. But as far as Doom is concerned itself, it's not the greatest version of Doom by far. I mean, it's running on a Super Nintendo, but it's pretty interesting because, consider it sort of a relic. You didn't have 16-bit games running in full 3D, such as Doom and Wolfenstein on Genesis, but you did on Super Nintendo. So it's kind of a cool relic. And actually, on the Superboy, it runs a little better than it does on the TV because the compression isn't as small as it is. So, not the greatest game. If you pick it up for cheap, awesome, pick it up, add it to your collection, but don't pay, like a full retail price for it or an eBay price or whatever. But it's not a terrible game. If you like Doom, it's a version worth having just for your collection, so check it out. Ubisoft explains how the gamepad is used in Watch Dogs. Alright. Our focus was on recreating the same experience as on other platforms while taking advantage of what the Wii U has to offer. The Wii U advantage is off-TV play and an interactive map, because exploration is key. So 6 months, you give me an interactive map, you say you want to recreate the same experience on other platforms, but the game's not going to have DLC, and it probably won't have online play either, because you haven't said a damn thing about that. So, really, you really took time to do nothing. Indie studios could do more with the Wii U gamepad than put a freaking map on it. Get gangsta! Nintendo for life, bitch! The last story I got for you guys is more of a feel-good story than anything else, just because it goes to show that some companies do prioritize Nintendo when releasing their games on their platform. Oddworld New and Tasty is coming out for a myriad of systems, one of them being the Wii U. The team behind the game is doing everything they can to make sure that the game can fit on the standard Wii U 8GB hard drive along with the 32GB hard drive without having to buy an additional hard drive for the 8GB model to upgrade. So, shout out to the team behind that, man. You don't see a lot of companies doing that, especially with console parity being a whole, huge thing right now with teams dumbing down their games so that they run the same on all consoles. So, shout out to the team behind that. That's really cool. Alright folks, that's going to do it for this week's episode. As always, be sure to like the video, share the video with your friends, subscribe to our channel, and check out our other videos, man. We got a lot of cool stuff that we did in the past week. Eli made some new videos looking at NPD stuff. Jason did an Operation Zero video. I did a video showcasing Bayonetta 2 and its importance for Nintendo in the future. So, make sure you check us out and definitely subscribe, man. We got a bunch of content every week. We got new shows coming out soon, so I hope to see you guys around. Hit me up on social media. Tell me what you think of the show. Tell me what you think about whatever. I love to talk to people. All right, I'll see you guys next week. Later.